Get out, they go slide.
Ladies and gentlemen, more Battlefield 4 related news. It's about frickin' time I get to talk about something other than console versus console. Oh wait, it's Battlefield 4 on console versus console. Oh my god. Okay. Here's the I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it for the billionth goddamn time. The PlayStation 4 has more raw power than the Xbox One, and that's fine. The Xbox One is going to be a far better media consumption machine because it has the ES RAM and it has the HDMI in. If you want something that's going to be the center of your home entertainment system, get an Xbox. If you don't care about that, get a PlayStation. There you fucking go. From looking at the gameplay from the PlayStation and the Xbox and the PC side by side, PC looks the best. PlayStation has about 95% of the fidelity of the PC. If you're not counting dust, then it has about 90%. And the Xbox has like 87% of the function of the fidelity of the PC, not counting the dust. It has about 93% not counting dust. Everything is very close together. The PlayStation looks like PC with the anti-aliasing turned down a bit and with a little less dust. And the Xbox One looks like the PlayStation with a little less anti-aliasing, maybe very, very slightly lower resolution textures. And, you know, the lighting effects are pretty good universally because lighting is pretty easy to handle now that we have decent GPUs and everything. So what you're looking at is a preference thing for now. The performance differences from the Xbox to the PlayStation probably aren't going to matter until like 2 or 3 or 4 years from now. So unless you're in this for the super long-term game, then I wouldn't really care which console you got because you're paying for multiplayer either way. Once again, I can't really comment on frame rate, so I'm going to assume that on, PlayStation, it's been confirmed 60 FPS. It looked like it was 30 or 60 on the Xbox. There was no stuttering. The PC version looked like it was running heavier because they were running this like beta build, and it was closer to finished on the consoles, but I'm sure the finished PC build is going to run smoothly too. It didn't look like there was any screen tearing, didn't look like there was any micro stutter. Well, I mean, obviously there isn't going to be any micro stutter because it's a single GPU, but hey, you never know, you could have a problem. My only gripe about the Xbox version was that maybe there was a little bit less anti-aliasing, but if we're going to go on 1080p and sometime in the future on 4K displays, anti-aliasing is going to get phased out. So again, it really doesn't matter. The denser that our pixels get, the less we need anti-aliasing and the more we need VRAM. So the APU setup is kind of smart because instead of using a fast GPU to do the anti-aliasing, instead we can use a big block of fucking VRAM to do high texture resolution and high resolution game, high screen resolution in general. All in all, it looks fine, except there's a little bit less anti-aliasing than the PlayStation, and the PlayStation looks fine, but it's got a little less anti-aliasing and a little less smoke than the PC. They all look fine. It's a launch game. Launch games are supposed to look pretty similar. The high-end PCs are going to look, you're going to look maybe 5-10% better, maybe run it a little bit faster. And the consoles, just because the hardware is closer together than it's ever been in the last 10 years, at this very moment, you're going to get like 80-90% of the fidelity. It doesn't matter. The big differences are going to happen 2 or 3 years from now when PCs take another leap forward and the consoles still have the same hardware. I don't know why you're expecting the PC to crush the consoles in the quality here. It's not crushing. It's like maybe a 10% fidelity difference max. You can calm down. Your console looks fine. Have a nice day.